Most people assume their real estate agent will always push for the highest offer. On the surface, that sounds logical. After all, a higher number should mean more money in your pocket, right? But here's something that surprises many sellers. Sometimes your agent will look at a strong financed offer and still say, "Have you considered the cash buyer?" At first, that can feel confusing or even concerning. Why would anyone suggest taking less money? The answer becomes clear once you understand what experienced agents see behind the scenes. They're not just looking at the price. They're evaluating risk, timing, and the likelihood that your deal will actually close. What a cash buyer really means. A cash buyer is simply someone who can purchase your home without relying on a mortgage. They already have the full amount available, whether it's in savings, investments, or other liquid assets. This doesn't mean they show up with physical cash. It just means there's no bank involved in the approval process. And that changes everything. With no lender in the middle, there's no loan approval delays, no underwriting process, no last-minute financing surprises. That's one of the biggest reasons cash buyers have become more common. In fact, recent housing data shows that roughly 1 in 4 home purchases today are all cash deals, a significant share of the market. Why agents look beyond the highest offer? Your agent isn't just trying to get you the highest number, they're trying to get you to the closing table successfully. A higher financed offer can look great on paper, but it often comes with conditions and uncertainties that many sellers don't fully consider. Here are some common risks tied to financed offers. Appraisal issues. If the home appraises lower than the offer, the deal can fall apart or require renegotiation. Loan denial. Buyers can lose financing due to job changes, credit issues, or lender decisions even late in the process. Title or underwriting delays. Lenders may uncover problems that slow or cancel the deal. These issues are more common than most sellers expect. And when they happen, they don't just delay your sale, they can completely derail it. Cash buyers remove most of these risks. That's why agents don't just compare offer prices, they compare certainty. When a cash buyer makes the most sense. Not every seller needs a cash buyer, but in certain situations, it can be the smartest and least stressful option. 1. You need to sell quickly. Cash deals can close in as little as 7 to 14 days. Traditional financed deals often take 30 to 60 days or longer. If timing matters, speed becomes incredibly valuable. 2. Your property needs repairs. Many lenders won't approve loans on homes with structural issues, outdated systems, or safety concerns. Cash buyers are more likely to purchase homes as is, meaning you don't have to spend time or money fixing things first. 3. You're managing 2 homes. If you've already bought another property, carrying 2 mortgages can quickly become stressful and expensive. A fast, reliable cash sale can relieve that financial pressure. 4. You're going through a life transition. Situations like divorce, job relocation, or family emergencies often require quick and predictable outcomes. A long, uncertain closing process may not be practical. 5. The market is slowing down. When homes start sitting longer on the market, certainty becomes more valuable than chasing the highest possible offer. In these conditions, a solid cash offer can be a safer move. Cash Vs. Financed offers, a practical comparison. When you compare offers, it helps to look at the full picture, not just the top-line number. Here's how they typically stack up. Closing timeline. Cash, 7-14 days. Financed, 30-60 plus days. Appraisal requirement. Cash, usually not required. Financed, required by lender. Risk of deal falling through. Cash, very low. Financed, moderate to high. Repair expectations. Cash, often none, as is. Financed, repairs may be required. Certainty for seller. Cash, high. Financed, lower. Final net outcome. Cash, often competitive after costs. Financed, higher on paper, but less predictable. Smart sellers and experienced agents don't just look at the headline number. They look at what actually makes it to closing. What happens when a finance deal falls apart? This is where many sellers underestimate the impact. If a finance deal collapses, it's not just a small setback. It can create a chain reaction of problems. Your home goes back on the market. Buyers start wondering what went wrong. You may receive lower offers the second time. Your timeline gets pushed back significantly. Even worse, financing can fall through late in the process after inspections, negotiations, and weeks of waiting. Mortgage approvals are never guaranteed until closing day. That uncertainty is exactly what cash buyers eliminate. Is a cash offer always the best choice? Not necessarily. If you're not in a rush, your home is in excellent condition, and the market is strong, a financed buyer may offer a higher price. In those cases, waiting might make sense. But if your priorities include speed, simplicity, certainty, then a cash offer often becomes the better overall deal. It really comes down to what matters most to you, not just the number, but the experience and outcome. One important thing to remember: not all cash buyers are the same. Some are professional home buyers who focus on smooth, reliable transactions. Others are investors looking to maximize profit through heavy negotiation. Before accepting any offer, it's important to understand who you're working with and what their process looks like. Your agent should help guide you through that decision. Final thoughts. When your real estate agent suggests considering a cash buyer, it's not because they want you to settle for less. It's because they understand the full picture risk, timing, and the reality of getting a deal across the finish line. A slightly lower offer that actually closes can often be more valuable than a higher one that never does. At the end of the day, the best offer isn't always the highest. It's the one that aligns with your goals and gives you the most certainty. If you're thinking about selling and aren't sure which option is right for you, don't guess, get clarity. Reach out today to explore your options, compare real offers, and find the path that works best for your timeline and goals.